What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're checking out a sequel to a very tiny title that we covered a while back called Grim Knights. This is Grim Knights 2. This is a game that currently is in early access. It costs about $4. So I went ahead and just went for it. I went ahead and purchased it, and we're going to dive on in here today and see if it's something that you want to put on your wish list or otherwise pass on. If after watching this you did indeed want to get the game for yourself, I got a little linkies for you right down below. There'll also be a link to my Twitch stream, my Twitter, and my Discord, just in case you wanted to pop on through. So without further ado, let's dive on in, and I'll give you some of my thoughts about the game as we play. Let's generate a new world. Apparently, it's saying that this is going to take a while. Hopefully not too long. It looked like the meter filled up at a reasonably quick rate. Not really that concerned about it. So we can pick where we want to live at. It's a pretty big world, so it could be from, Uri, Euphlya, Uliamo, or Icky. I want to be from Icky. I want to live on the coast of the Icky. So apparently that's a swamp over there. What is that? Rainforest? And then that's cherry woodlands? Yeah, let's live on this little spit of land right there. That sounds good. Apparently it gets cold in the winter, but what does accessibility do? A high value means many events and encounters, both positive and negative. Example of encounters are attacks from the undead or other humans, friendly visitors who can join your faction, traders, or animals appearing. Okay, so we can swap that around too, and we can just go to different spots. That's got a 34%. I wonder what an acceptable level. It's weird that accessibility goes up when you're way in the middle of the continent. Although I do kind of like that spot right there. Historically, this would be a place where there'd be lots of cities around the edges right here. Yeah, let's do that. We've got a little Mediterranean situation happening right there. And frankly, I'm all about it. Let's do it. Let's create our faction. All right, so we start out with 4 people. We've got Delphine Lynx Badger. She is apparently from the Shield Way. All right, the Shield Way. All of this is procedurally generated as far as I can tell. I was playing around with the game last night, and it seemed like the races or the cultures were always different every single map that I would generate. So I assume that this is all procedural. Apparently they are cave dwellers who are really good at mining, building, and smithing. Okay, and we've got a couple of them. We got a miner and an inventor. We've got Plien. These guys seem like they're just kind of good at everything. They've got a little tiny bonus towards every skill. And then we've got the Summer Women's. All right, the Summer Women's are apparently good at everything but fighting and hunting. All right. I don't know if I want to have a builder. I may, or an inventor. We have 2 inventors, so I may swap her jobs around. It looks like we have a bit of a shaman and a miner over here. The good news is we have 2 people that are pretty good at building. All right, let's see what kind of symbols I can make here. All right, well, it does seem to be very, very customizable. Your little sigil right here, or I guess the symbol of your house, can be pretty rad. So we'll call it House Fuzzcankle. There we go. I feel like that's a pretty good. Although I guess at this we could probably make it alliterative. Crispcankle? Yeah, there we go. House Crispcankle. That sounds good to me. We'll finalize that. I've got my little symbol over here. I would recommend that for the case of making your sigil right here, all of these should be larger. It's very hard to select the colors that I wanted. And you've got lots of dead space down here. Maybe that's going to be used later on. But I feel like you can kind of drag these down lower, triple them in size to make it a little bit easier. And then you can make all of this indicative, including the preview, a little bit larger as well. I guess that critique right there is really going to largely depend on how big your monitor is, whether or not you can see it or not. All right, let's see what we've got in front of us here. All right, so the noble House Fuzzcankle has arrived on the shores of new lands. We will make a prosperous people in these lands. And we've got all 4 of our guys right here. I do think we should probably figure out what their jobs are going to be and whatnot. So we've got builders, okay, we've got a miner, we've got a hunter, and we've got a scholar. Okay, so Hunter, I would like for you to maybe be, I don't know, who chops down trees? Maybe that's Peon. Well, either way, we've got jobs to do. Everybody chop down some trees over here. And then we need to have a storage building where we can put all of our stuff. So there we go. The Stoof Center has been deployed. That's right, our own little personal Home Depot. One lesson that I learned the hard way, don't destroy these rocks that are on the edges of stuff. Those are actually ramps that they walk up and down on. So it goes into the backfield right there, but if you destroy this, they won't be able to go up or down until you build a ladder. It's going to be kind of obnoxious. There they go right there. Yeah, you guys chop down some trees for me, would you? We can check out how much resources we have. Up here at the top, we have 20 tasty breads right here. That's way, way better than pasty breads. We also have tasty cow cheese. The pasty modifier right there, I mean, some cheeses are kind of like liquidy, and honestly, I like the little cans of cheeses, and also the cheeses, you know, like when you get those little packets of crackers, and they've got the little red stick in them that you use to smear, like the pasty cheese all over the cracker. I love those right there. So I'm okay with my cheese being pasty. I'm not entirely okay with my... I'm not super okay with my bread being pasty. I would rather not have that happen. All right, so that's going up right there. We've actually got a pretty decent flat land right here to sort of build on. I'm actually pretty happy. The last place I played at was all like craggy and like impossible to build anything on. There was no building space. So there's our warehouse. Anybody with the peon designation is going to start dragging logs back and putting them inside of the warehouse so that they'll be added to our sum totals of wood. We have 64 wood right now. That means we should probably build some houses. They do have wattle and daub, and they have thatched roofs for the moment. I'll probably just put in like, let's put in a big old long house right here. There we go, with lots of space for things. That is going to be like really, really expensive. I think each one of these sections cost us 11, so it's entirely possible that we may have to... It looks like we'd use 77 wood on that, so it may be a really good idea to send people out into the hinter and, like, chop down some more trees. Hopefully they don't get mauled by wildlife or boars or whatever else might exist out there. But I'm taking my chances, man. That's how life goes. You pays your money, you takes your chances. Looks like it's going to take him a while to actively get that done, so I am going to go ahead and speed up the game. The animations look okay. Like, they're a little bit stiff when they're just, like, walking around or whatever. But it seems like they do an okay job when, like, you're zoomed in and they're actually doing, like, a swinging hammer motion or something like there. It does look pretty smooth on the old, like, I'd like to see a little bit more upper body movement on the chopping animation right there. But, like, if nothing else, they've animated the arms. Maybe we can just assume that everybody here has really severe back problems. Maybe that's what it is, dude. Everybody has, like, some kind of scoliosis, or... maybe they've got just some kind of lower lumbar issue that keeps them from moving their torso. I'm getting older, and believe you me, I'm right there with you. If I drop something on the floor, there's a really strong chance that it's just going to stay there on the floor forevermore, and there's not going to be any way around it. Does he have the builder designation? He does. Can I give somebody else the builder designation too? Like, one of my scholars might be a good idea for that. That's a hunter. Like, I think my scholar had a bonus. I don't want to click on the wood. I want to click on that. You can be a yeah, I was going to say, I felt like my hauler, one of my scholars right there, my hauler scholars, I feel like had a much better chance at building than a lot of other people. Oh, they team up to complete things. Gotcha. So this is really just kind of a template right here. I wouldn't worry about it too much, but we will be able to go to the interior once it's built, and we'll be able to decorate it with like a couple of beds and places that people can sleep at. I don't know exactly how the accessibility is going to work for when we send people out to do that, but I suppose we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So seeing as our building's done, it's not really that helpful to us unless we put in a door. Maybe I'll slap in a window or two just to make it look a little bit more livable as well. Give the builders something to do, if nothing else. We do have furniture. So I would recommend maybe putting in some furniture just to make the place a little bit more accessible. Let's say we'll go with like a straw bed, and it looks like I can kind of plop in some beds over here. Yeah, get some beds rocking for me, would you? I don't know if they can walk in the oh, they put them on the outside the house. Don't do that. That's a terrible idea. Okay. Fair enough. We'll go ahead and allow hauling on that real fast. We'll abort that. And I wanted that to be on the inside the house, and I think we do it with that little button right there. There we go. That'll fix it right up. Let's go ahead and retry this whole bed building experience, and I'm going to put two right next to each other just to see if maybe they're capable of crossing beds in the foreground, or if I'm only going to be able to put two beds up inside these buildings. I don't know why it's disallowing those by default when you abort a building, but hey, whatever. We do need to get some more straw, so what I would maybe suggest doing is if we can find some grasslands around here, we can send people out to go get the wild hay grass that's just kind of on the periphery of the village. The downside there is that we're going to need somebody that has like a particular talent for farming, and so I'm going to take her off hunting for a minute and put her on farming so that she goes and does that, so that we can have lots and lots of goodies around. These right here, we can assign them to people, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. It does look like we are solid as far as walking in front of it goes. So our beds are all good and ready to go. I'm just going to treat this like a communal longhouse where everybody can sleep. And so we'll just drop those in real fast. I don't know if we need like tables and chairs or anything inside of there. Maybe I'll set up a different building for that. That might be the better plan. Oh, we had grass that was super close to our base. And I done sent them out like super far and away. Okay. Well, go grab what straw you possibly can from over on this side. Anything that's like fully built, because I feel like we're probably going to need a lot of straw. We also have access to woodworking. We have campfires. We have all kinds of things. I had a miner, correct? Since I have a miner, I'm going to flag some of these boulders up for harvesting, and maybe we'll get some goodies out of it. It does look like we are picking up some straw from what we destroyed over there, so that should be a nice little come up. I am actually vaguely curious if you can make multi-tiered buildings. It does look like you can. So I'm sort of wondering, I sort of want to play around with that idea since the buildings are modular. It does make me somewhat curious about how much I can like customize all this in order to make it all work. Patrick, you sleep over there. Delphine, you're all good to go. My miner's knocking over some rocks. He's gonna rock down to that rock and smack it hard until we get some smaller rocks. Doop. Now, if they need a sitting place, they'll also sit on these little logs that are around. And that's why I haven't really been messing around with sitting spaces so much in all my tests of the game. We do have a little bit of stone coming on in. I do like that idea for making like so buildings that have like a stone bottom and then like the upper floors are not. I feel like that sounds like a really cool idea. I need to play around with the building system though, because I don't know if I put a set of stairs right here and then I build like a smaller building on top, if they're going to be able to walk on the roof. I feel like they might be able to, but like, I don't know. I'm guessing there's probably like a research station or something. There is indeed a research table. Okay, put the research table on in. It's not that expensive. We can afford it. And then I would also suggest putting in a woodworking bench just so we can take a look at them and figure out what things we have available to build. Yeah, it looks like we've got research. So we can go for longbows, we can go for herbalism, we've got smithing recipes, we've got improved buildings so we can build stone walls and shale roofs, and then we've got clothed furniture. Okay, that'll make our resting go a little bit faster. I do like that idea. That does sound pretty cool, and it looks like we can make plate armor. There's only like a couple of... Ooh, muskets? Ooh, I like that idea, dude. I'm a big fan of, like, flint and gunpowder weapons. I'm sort of like a musket addict. I like them a lot. So that can convert into a artist station. We can make shields, we can make short bows, we can make clubs. Do I have direct control over, like, what these guys equip? It looks like I do on some level. Okay, so we've got helmets and we've got weapons over here. So you've got a shoddy steel dagger. It does 54 damage. How does that compare to, like, a club? Is it a builder that does that? Let's take a look at our jobs here. So we've got a blacksmith, we've got builders, we've got artists, scholars, fishers, hunters, miners. I'm going to guess that it's the builder that does the woodworking, but it's kind of hard to say as of right now. Our first evening has fallen upon us in this little survival game. It looks like we are hauling... What are you doing, man? Is he going to get some rocks? He could have just dropped it off back at the stockpile on your... Where are you going? What are you doing? Oh, he's combining the stack with that hay that's way the hell over there. Gotcha. Okay. I mean, fair enough. Do what you gotta do there, brother. Did we make the club over here? It does not. No one is... Oh, it's blacksmith that does it. Okay. Where's my miner at? Is my miner around? Is anybody good at blacksmithing? Let's see if there's anybody around here that's actually got the skills to pay the bills on blacksmithing here. He's a level 3 blacksmith. Yeah, we could do that. We may end up with not enough people to actually do the stuff that we want to do. But it looks like they're all going to bed and they're sleeping it off right now. So that guy's head is going through the wall. He likes to get comfortable. He likes to kick off a little bit. All right. So they're all down and doing what they do on that side. We'll have to figure out if the club's any good, too. Do you have weapons? You have a decent iron dagger? Oh, you can unequip the dagger. Okay, but how do I, like, re-equip something? This doesn't appear to be clickable over here. Oh, I think we've got to select it. Okay, give it to Delphine then. Delphine, is the club any good? I just wanted to take a look at it. Oh, it's like twice as good. Okay, so we definitely want to get some clubs rocking. Let's get like 2 more clubs, like 3 shields, maybe a couple short bows. I'll decide who gets what a little bit later. But yeah, I'm trying to arm up, dude. Most of the screenshots for this game were like a bunch of little guys like on a roof or like on a wall, and they're like, hold the line! And there's like zombies and raiders and like little Viking guys attacking. And so I've got a feeling that war were declared on us at some point, and we're going to have to fend for ourselves. I don't think there's going to be a lot of ways around that, but while they sleep, I think it's a good idea to take a look and see what we can do with some of our other stuff here. So we've got a schmelter. It looks like we have a stove as well, more than likely for cooking. We've got a campfire. I suppose we could put the campfire on the inside the house. Or maybe we could just put it over there. That's fine. We have a stove. I am interested in seeing what I can do with that. So let's throw the stove together. We've got a tanning station, so that means I gotta find some skins. But I don't think that I've, like, seen any animals thus far. Yeah, so I'm not precisely sure what we're going to be hunting. I don't know. Could be like anything. It doesn't look like you can unclick the roofs. So, like, I don't want to put in a roof. I just wanted to do a wall and make, like, a multi-story building. But I don't know if that actually works inside the context of what you can do in the game. Hopefully tomorrow we can get some crops and stuff planted, too. That way we can maybe get some food coming on in, because I don't even know what our food situation looks like right now. It looks like we only ate 2 food today, so I think we're probably going to have at least a little bit of wiggle room before we starve. Okay, so early in the morning we got some stuff made. It looks like we can cook stuff over here. And then from the campfire, it looks like we can basically just kind of roast meat. All right. Well, fair enough. So those are basically like different versions of the same thing. He's over here making our weapons. We do have a scholar. I think it might be a bad idea. I don't think it's a bad idea to maybe... Where is armor at? Forging armor and weapons goes faster. Smelters are better. Healing potions can be brewed. Gunpowder. Sure, why not? Throw a scholar on longbow research. How long do you figure that's going to take? I don't have any kind of meter or anything on screen letting me know. There's the meter. You just got to look at the station. It actually looks like it'll probably be done by the end of the day. I'm a little bit curious if I can build like defensive walls and stuff like that too. Might not be a bad idea to put together like something tall that I can get all my guys on top of with like a ladder maybe. I feel like that might be an okay idea. Yeah, you could put a crate over there too. I don't feel like extra storage is always nice. I don't know precisely what all this stuff does, and so that's why I'm just trying to shotgun it out there until I have a general idea. Looks like all our farming is done. I'm going to suggest that maybe... So how hard is it to make bread? You just need wheat? Okay. What can we make out of the veggies? They just actually, like, literally cook the vegetables? Okay, well, the vegetables are faster. So, like, let's make, like, 4 fields of vegetables right there. I will recommend that maybe they plant some saplings, like, out here along the periphery of the village that we can harvest later on once it grows. So I think our farmer is going to be pretty busy for the foreseeable future. I'll let you know if anything interesting happens, but, like, I'm going to re-equip everybody. I'm going to get them all set and ready to rock. And then once something good has begun to happen, then, you know, I'll bring y'all back in here. So I've got people working on surface veins over here, grabbing some of this iron that might be laying around so that maybe we can make some better tools a little bit later on. Our blacksmithing order is going pretty well, and in fact, people are getting better equipped by the moment. Our blacksmith has leveled up like twice already, so I don't know what the max level is, but like, she's getting much, much better at blacksmithing. I keep getting little notifications that are like, bloop, 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 da-na-na-na, like a little bit like a level up. So I do like the RPG mechanics that they've got going for each of the characters. I've always really liked little town builders and colony survival games like this that are 2D. I don't know why. I am interested in making a mine, so I just found out that you can make a mine by digging downwards, and so I think we're expected to go beneath the surface to find things that we're going to want. And so I've been trying to pick out like a decent spot to build like a mine. And I'm sort of thinking that like on this side of town might not be the worst idea. Like we just give them the order to mine and then build a ladder. And they should bring the stuff with them in order to get down into the depths. Yeah. It looks like that's definitely going to be an option. It's going to be a team effort, though, because our builder and our miner are two different people, but it looks like our builder's good enough at it now that she can whip out a tunnel pretty fast. What is that, just dirt? I don't know what I would actually actively need dirt for. Oh, looky there. We got ourselves a big old mining node. Yeah, go ahead and take care of that for me, champ. I would love to have that. I think the time may have come for us to build another house as well, although I think we're going to have to track down more trees. I've done a pretty good job of deforesting around here. And so I'll just queue these up for whenever they happen, and then we'll just let it ride for a little bit. I was sort of thinking about making a workshop on top of this building right here. I don't know if it'll work, though. But I think it's a cool idea. Especially if we can make, like, some stairs that go up. Looks like we can't put those right there. Oh, it looks like possibly you access it from the inside over here. But it does look like there's some kind of flooring or something right there. So I don't know if we do this from the exterior or if we do this from the interior. Although I do like what we've got going on right there. I'd rather have like one big building that fulfills all of our necessities rather than two. Like if we can keep it all compressed into one tiny little area, I think that would make me very, very happy. So stairs are obviously, I think, an indoor thing. And then you can make the stairs that go up. Oh, the ladders are only for the underground. Okay. Well then, I've got an idea. Let's keep dragging that over to there. I need to clear out my storage anyways because we're totally overloaded with just like stuff. I don't think we're going to have enough wood to finish this job off entirely. But what I'll do is we'll break one of these beds. We might even tear down all the beds and just move them upstairs. I would like a move ability on these. Instead of just dismantle, you also have move down here. So that you can just slide and drag it to where you want it to go. But, as of right now, honestly, not the worst thing that I've ever seen. Yeah, there's definitely a floor up there. But yeah, a move order for the beds would be fantastic. I would love to see that. My peons should be going and getting the wood eventually. And it looks like we finished pretty much the first big portion of our mine, so that's great. And then once I get all the beds moved up to here, we can put in the stairs, and then we can put in some more crafting tables down here. Like woodworking, obviously you do that outside. Like most of my dad's woodworking stuff is outside. Like he's got a big barn that used to be a horse barn, and every single stall he's got like different lathes and different things that he works with. But he does also have some of the more simplistic stuff outside. Okay, so I figured it out. You can build interior stairs inside the house menu. There's interior stairs right here. So that's good. What was that noise? That was not a happy noise. Oh my god. Okay, so like there's actually a giant pit over here that we're going to have to reckon with at some point. I do like that there's procedurally generated caverns and stuff like that down below. Like this is honestly like, I think this is very ambitious. The previous game was very simple. Like, Grim Knights 1 was basically just city defense, but this game seems to have, like, politics and, like, other nations, and it seems to have, like, an entire world that it's building. I'm actually kind of intrigued as to what they might be aiming for with their overall goal for the game. I think there's fertile ground here. Let's kind of continue putting in ladders, I guess. If I've got an extra builder anyways. There we go. Now they can get down to this bottom floor. So apparently they've got some kind of vertical jump they can do. We've got what looks like... So we got the stairs up over here. The other thing that I want is I want a schmelter. Oh, can I not put the schmelter on the second floor? Can I put a bed on the second floor? I can put beds on the second floor. Okay. So we'll put all the beds on the second floor. And then what we'll do is we'll take out all these beds down here and we'll just use this for a general crafting area. There's going to be lots of, like, clanking and, like, noises that are probably going to get... Are you not able to climb back up, bro? It's okay, dude. It's not your fault. Like, I get it. Like, I had a feeling that that might transpire, but I forgive you. Yeah, somebody come down here and rescue our boy, would you? Oh, he can get out? He was just... Oh, my God. He was crying. He's like, help, help. I'm trapped. I need attention. Okay. Fine. Whatever. The man who cried ladder. There we go. Now we can get down to this level too, and we can mine that coal. I do like that the rocks have different stages of deterioration as they mine them too. I think that's really, really cool. How long do my trees have until they're grown over here? I think they've got a while. I can click on, like, the wild stuff. So, like, yeah, okay, so you got to have that on your cursor. So it takes 12 days for a tree to grow. Gotcha. Oh, cool. They interact with each other and stuff, too. They're just talking down in a cave. Just talking down in a cave because it's the best place to facilitate the idea of equitable conversation. All right, we'll start mining that way. We could use more stone. Yeah. Especially if we get, like, tertiary minerals from doing this. I'm more than okay with it. I wonder if we have to have support structures or anything, or if we have to worry about cave-ins. Mining in medieval times was super dangerous, by the way. I had a geology class where we talked about mining and, like, extraction in antiquity. And, dude, it was so gnarly. You did not want to be a miner in, like, the year 900. It was a terrible plan. You were almost guaranteed not going to make it. It was a miserable way to live. Like, the mines were basically just, like, rickety holes. Like, they didn't fully understand how to properly put in cabers, and they didn't properly understand how to install timbers. Like, dude, it was bad. Like, if you think mining in, like, the 1800s or the early 1900s was bad, woof! Mining back in the Elden times was an absolute just travesty. It was horrifying. All right, so, oh, the smithy is huge. Okay. Well, I would like for people to be equipped, so I'm okay with the idea of getting this set up. It's got a long build time, so it may not get done today, but that's fine. So the next morning has arrived, and I'm excited to get these crafting stations up and ready to rock. We do have this over here. We can make bricks out of clay, and we can make ingots out of anything. Yeah, go ahead and make me some more ingots. I don't know how much iron we have on board, but I think having, like, a standing order for more iron is a good idea because it took us all of our iron to get this all set up. So if we can have our blacksmith kind of work around the clock to get this thing knocked out, I would like to see an order to basically just continuously do this so long as you have the materials to do so. Like, I don't know what we're sitting on when it comes to iron ore. It looks like we've got 4 more. And so, oh, they're making any type of ingot? Okay, so it looks like it takes quite a... Oh, we've got copper ore. I mistakenly thought that was iron. Okay, so we're going to have to get a little bit deeper to get on in there for the... Okay, so they're making all kinds of copper right now. Yeah, let's just queue this up. I don't care if they smelt all day, but smelt away. And then with what we have on hand, it looks like we can make chainmail. How much does it cost to make the chainmail? 5? Okay, so we're going to need 20 ingots in order to get everybody into chainmail. And then we're going to need 28 to get everybody into armor over there. I actually had thought that, oh, it's got 2 separate parts. You make the weapons over here. Okay. I'll probably just give everybody hand axes and whatnot. But for now, let's get everybody armored. I mean, I believe in being able to tank my problems. As far as mining goes, let's continue. How much wood do I have left? I've got wood. I've got like 31 wood. That's not too bad. Let's drop some more ladders into this shaft right here. And we'll just get down a little bit deeper until we find the stuff that we can really harvest. Those trees are growing. I do like how all of the plants and everything have multiple phases. While we were making that cut earlier, I planted an entire wheat field over there too because our food is going down faster than I thought it was. We're almost at half food right now. And we've got 2 more days until the vegetables come in. And I don't know exactly what the yields are going to be on our vegetables. And so that part kind of worries me. You can go ahead and mine that copper right there if you want to. Copper's kind of like a really, really soft metal. And so the Copper Age did not last altogether that long before they moved over to bronze. It was kind of like a fast adaptation. I forget who it was. Somebody invaded somewhere and had bronze for like the first time. And all the other cultures were getting their weapons and their armor split in half by the bronze because it's like factually harder than the copper. And so everybody realized from stealing each other's secrets that they needed to find tin and they needed to learn how to make bronze. And then that lasted for quite a while. They didn't start using, after the Bronze Age, they had a good 1,000 years or so before they started messing around with iron. Okay, so we have our 24 copper ingots. I think it's a really, really good idea to make the chainmail now, if we can. We can slap that on everybody and see if it changes their appearance around. If nothing else, chainmail is very, very nice protection against pretty much everything but blunt. Where's our first chainmail at? Great copper chainmail. That's what I like to hear. Jenna, come slap this on. I want to see what it looks like. I've still got everything on much too high of a speed, though, because I was trying to... Hey, it does change the way that they look. Cool. All right. Nice. Well, as you can see, it pays to have a dope blacksmith inside your village who's like level 5 because she keeps making very, very high-quality chainmail. There. Everybody should be better defended now. It looks like it gives them pretty solid resistance to slashing, piercing, a little bit to blunt. Depends, like, chainmail usually had to have padding underneath it in order for it to really help out with blunt too much. That's where gambesons came into use, is because you have that padded armor up underneath it made out of jute or made out of, like, other materials to kind of soften impacts, and then eventually they just kept layering it, so you would have, like, the gambeson with the chainmail over the top of it, and then you would have, like, light amounts of, like, plate mail for, like, vambresses and, like, chest plates, things like that over the top of that. It was a long process. Knights actually, once they got up into the full plate mail age, it took them, like, a retinue of people to get dressed or just to go take a dump. Like, it actually was, like, a major... It was a major thing for people to get set up in their armor before they went into battle, especially if they were wearing, like, the full, like, gothic style stuff. What is that? We're running low on edible food. I am aware of that problem, and I am doing my best to remedy it. We should have more food coming in tomorrow, so hopefully 11 units of food is enough to last for a little while. We've only lost 2 since yesterday, so I've got a sneaking suspicion it is. And then these are on different grow patterns right here, so we'll really be able to take a look and figure out if our rotation is solid. There goes our last chainmail, which you love to see. Another fine copper chainmail. There you go. Everybody's got chainmail on now. Hell yeah. I'm okay with having somewhat weaker weapons if it means that we've got really, really nice armor. I don't think we have a whole lot of ingot. How much copper ore do I have left? I have 31 copper ore left. All right, go ahead and make another 15 ingots. I would like this to be changed into a slide bar instead of a clickable. Either that or when I hold down shift, it should do iterations of 5. Or the ability to set up auto jobs. I don't really care either way. But crafting, you shouldn't have to click that many times. Hostile humans are in the area? They better not be, bro. Why are hostile humans in the area? Aw, dude, there's a hostile... Oh, they're climbing up the mountain. Everybody over here. Prepare for battle. This is what I was cutting the video longer for, is I wanted to see what combat looked like. Free? What does that mean? Oh, I can free them from being, like, drafted? Okay. So they will stand guard, and they will freeze to do any labor until they are freed. Gotcha. All right, well, let's see what happens here. I've got a feeling this is going to be a stomp out. Although she does have an axe, so she does have kind of a nice weapon. But the nice thing about that is that axes are a slashing weapon, and we have resistances to being slashinated. So we might be okay here. Make ready! Prepare for war! Ooh. Ooh, got her with the arrows right there? Okay. To battle. Yeah. Is he bleeding? How long does that last for? Okay, so he got scratched up pretty good, but it looks, yeah, exactly. Bleed over the fields right there until everybody's better. All right, I free you all from your warlike bondage. Do we have to do anything with the body? We should definitely loot the body. That feels like a very strong play, because there was an axe on there, and that can save me some resources. I was going to get everybody equipped with axes, because I was thinking about making this into sort of like a Saxon colony, basically, with big round shields, and like everybody has an axe or like a really, really long spear for the spear wall. That's kind of what I was like angling towards, but how long is that bleed going to stay on you? You're going to bleed for a little while longer. Hopefully it goes away. She's rather fine. which is better than I could say for myself if I got hit in the neck with an axe, so obviously she's built of sterner stuff than I. But yeah, this is Grim Knights 2. I hope you guys dug it. I'm interested to see where this develops, because it feels to me as though they have very, very big plans for this game. And as of right now, you can jump in for $4. I think I got the game for like $4.50 or something like that. And so like the price point is so low that it's just like, dude, I spend more than that buying like a box of sodas. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. $4, it's kind of hard to be upset, and frankly, we've had no bugs, no issues, everything's been fine. The animations are a little bit stiff, but it seems like there's a lot of stuff here to kind of dive into and get better at, and so I'm okay with what we've got going on. Did we actually get the loot right there? Oh, we did. Okay. So we can dispose of the body. Yeah, go ahead and dig a grave over there. Well, it looks like a bunch of loot dropped. Yeah, we've got that, I don't know who our best fighter is, but yeah, give the axe to somebody. It's a shoddy copper axe. Well, it's better than a tree branch, which is what we've been using to fight up until now, so fair enough. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. I'll see y'all tomorrow with something hot, fresh off the indie skillet, but for now, it's time for me to go. Thank you for patronizing my content, and I see y'all next time.